Chapter 17 of the Centaur by Algernon Blackwood. This Librivox recording is in the public domain. Read by Yoganand. The Centaur. Chapter 17. Some of Fechner's reasons for thinking the earth a being superior in the scale to ourselves he gave, but it was another passage that lingered chiefly in my heart, the description of the daring German's joy in dwelling upon her perfections, later too of his first simple vision. Though myself wholly of the earth, earthy in the ordinary sense, the beauty of the thoughts live in my spirit to this day, transfiguring even the dingy insurance office, streaming through all my dullest, hardest daily tasks with the inspiration of a simple delight that helps me over many a difficult, weary time of work and duty. To carry a precious freight through the hours and seasons, what form could be more excellent than hers, being as it is horse, wheels and wagon all in one? Think of her beauty, a shining ball, sky blue and sunlit over one half, the other bathed in starry light, reflecting the heavens from all her waters, myriads of lights and shadows in the folds of her mountains and windings of her valleys. She would be a spectacle of rainbow glory, could one only see her from afar, as we see parts of our own from our mountain tops. Every quality of landscape that has a name would then be visible in her all at once, all that is delicate or graceful, all that is quiet or wild or romantic or desolate or cheerful or luxuriant or fresh. That landscape is her face, a people landscape too, for men's eyes would appear in it like diamonds among the dewdrops. Green would be the dominant color, but the blue atmosphere and the clouds would enfold her as a bride is shrouded in a veil, the vapory, transparent folds of which the earth, through her ministers, the winds, never tires of laying and folding about herself anew. She needs, as a sentient organism, he continued, pointing into the curtain of blue night beyond the window, no heart or brain or lungs as we do, for she is different. Their functions she performs through us. She has no proper muscles or limbs of her own, and the only objects external to her are the other stars. To these her whole mass reacts by the most exquisite alterations in its total gait and by the still more exquisite vibratory responses in its substance. Her oceans reflect the lights of heaven as in a mighty mirror. Her atmosphere refracts them like a monstrous lens. The clouds and snowfields combine them into white. The woods and flowers disperse them into colors. Men have always made fables about angels dwelling in the light, needing no earthly food or drink, messengers between ourselves and God. Here are actually existing beings dwelling in the light and moving through the sky, needing neither food nor drink, intermediaries between God and us, obeying His commands. So if the heavens really are the home of angels, the heavenly bodies must be those very angels. For other creatures there are none. Yes, the earth is a great common guardian angel who watches over all our interests combined. And then, whispered the Irishman, seeing that I still eagerly listened, give your ear to one of his moments of direct vision. Note its simplicity and the authority of its conviction. On a certain spring morning I went out to walk. The fields were green, the birds sang, the dew glistened, the smoke was rising. Here and there a man appeared. A light as of transfiguration lay on all things. It was only a little bit of the earth. It was only a moment of her existence. And yet, as my look embraced her more and more, it seemed to me not only so beautiful an idea, but so true and clear a fact that she is an angel so rich and fresh and flower-like, and yet going around in the sky so firmly, and so at one with herself, turning her whole living face to heaven, and carrying me along with her into that heaven, that I asked myself how the opinions of men could ever have so spun themselves away from the life as to deem the earth only a dry clod, and to seek for angels above it or about it in the emptiness of the sky, only to find them nowhere. Fire engines clanging as with a hurrying anger through the night broke in upon his impassioned sentences. The shouts of the men drowned his last words. Life became very wonderful inside those tight confining walls, for the spell and grandeur of the whole conception lifted the heart. Even if belief failed in the sense of believing, as shilling, it succeeded in the sense of believing, a symphony. The invading beauty swept about us both. Here was a glory that was also a driving power upon which any but a man half dead could draw for practical use. For the big conceptions fan the will. The little pains of life, they make one feel. need not kill true joy, nor deaden effort. Come, said O'Malley softly, interrupting my dream of hope and splendor, let us walk together through the park to your place. It is late, and you, I know, have to be up early in the morning, earlier than I. And presently we passed the statue of Achilles and got our feet upon the turf beyond, a little bit of living planet in the middle of the heavy, smouldering London town. About us, over us, within us, stirred the awe of that immense idea. Upon that bit of living, growing turf we passed over the Marble Arch, treading, as it were, the skin of a huge body, the physical expression of a grand, angelic being, alive, sentient, conscious, moreover, of our little separate individual selves who walked, a being who cared, who felt us, who knew, understood, and loved us as a mother our own offspring, to whom men could pray as they pray to their saints. The conception, even thus dimly and confusedly adumbrated, brought a new sense of life, terrific and eternal. All living things upon the earth's surface were emanations of a mighty central soul, all, from the gods and fairies of olden time who knew it, to the men and women of today who have forgotten it. The gods, were these then projections of a personality, aspects and facets of a divided self, emanations now withdrawn? Latent, inert, did they still exist as moods or powers, true, alive, everlasting but unmanifest, still knowable to simple men and to children of nature? Was this the giant truth that Stoll had built on Fechner? Everything about us seemed to draw together into an immense and towering configuration that included trees and air and the sweep of open park. The looming and overwhelming beauty of one of these very gods survived, Pan, the eternal and the splendid, a mood of the earth life, a projection clothed with the light of stars, the cloudy air, the passion of the night, the thrill of an august extended mood. And the others were not so far very behind. And the others were not so very far behind. Those are the little parcels of earth's consciousness, the Greeks and early races, the simple, primitive, childlike peoples of the dawn, divined the existence of and labeled gods and worshipped so as to draw their powers into themselves by ecstasy and vision. Could then worship now still recall them? Was the attitude of even one true worshipper's heart the force necessary to touch that particular aspect of the mighty total consciousness of earth and call forth those ancient forms of beauty? Could it be that this idea, the idea of the gods, was thus forever true and vital, and might they be known and felt in the heart, if not actually in some suggested form? I only know that as we walked home past the doors of the dingy Paddington House, where Terence O'Malley kept his dusty books and papers, and so to my own quarters, these things he talked about dropped into my mind with a bewildering splendor to stay forever. His words I have forgotten, or how he made such speculation worth listening to at all. Yet I hear them singing in my blood as though of yesterday, and often when that conflict comes twixt duty and desire that makes life sometimes so vain and bitter, the memory comes to lift with strength far greater than my own. The earth can heal and bless. The end of chapter 17.